Let's start the show.
Good evening, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, jojoSPEAKS. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Your viewership means so much to me, so thank you, thank you, thank you. A couple things I want you guys to do before we get started. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Press that big red subscribe button. It is easy to do. Just takes a second to do, so just click on that subscribe button for us. Also, leave us a thumbs up for this video. We want to see a couple of them for this video, you guys. Also, leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts on the topics that we're covering tonight. Also, let us know what you'd like to hear us talk about in the future, maybe for our social commentary. Also, make sure you press the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And last but not least, share jojoSPEAKS all around the globe. Share it with your friends, family members, loved ones, everyone that you know that jojoSPEAKS is in these streets. I got my co-hosts back, Jennifer, Tyrone, and Mike. What's going on, y'all?
Hello.
Hey.
We are all here. First topic I wanted to get out of the way is something that sort of kind of disturbed me, and I really didn't fully understand it, was the famous China balloon that was hovering over, I think it was Minnesota, then it meandered over to the Carolinas, and then it was finally shot down over the coast of the Carolinas. I don't know if it was North Carolina or South Carolina.
Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach, yes. There were people who actually had video of the balloon being shot down. I really didn't see it actually happening, but they were showing video of it on the news. So what were your opinions on this balloon, why it was there? What did you get out of this?
My opinion was, what the hell is it, and why is it hovering over all the states?
Right.
And it's a little scary if you think about it, because we're in a time where it's so much trouble going on in the world where we don't know what is going on. And then for you to think that sending something over here to hover around all the states 6,000 feet in the air, if you're thinking we're not going to question it, that's the issue for me. I mean, not to bring up anything, but back in 2019, we did have this thing called coronavirus that also came from allegedly China. So, we don't know what you're trying to bring over here now. We don't know. We don't know. It's always a what if. So
right.
That was scary, and then they're upset with us now because we shut down their balloon.
Right,
that was in our country.
How could you be mad at that? Like, I don't understand. Like, did you expect us to just let you do this all willy-nilly? Jennifer, go ahead.
I think I know why they may be mad at that. So I am certainly now way deep into political TikTok these days, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm deep in there. So y'all know she's not my girl. I know she's not y'all girl, but she's somebody girl. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Of course, she's very
MTG.
vocal. And she was speaking as to why wouldn't, this is before it was actually shot down, why wouldn't Biden's administration shoot down that China balloon? How about I heard through the grapevine, allegedly so, that 3 of those balloons flew across this country while our former president was in.
Well, that's true. It was
wow. I didn't know that.
And he recently claimed that he didn't know nothing about those balloons.
Wow.
But he has all those classified things that he says in his mind he declassified.
Well, are you surprised? I mean, I think a balloon could hit him in the face and he wouldn't know what happened. Okay,
exactly.
Yeah, you talking about the same guy that looked up at the solar eclipse with no glasses on? I don't see anything.
So
where is it?
This is what's funny about it. This is like really the first time we're really hearing about it, though it has happened in the past, and it sounds like his shenanigans covered up the things that were really going on, the things that we'd like to
know about,
right?
Or the things that he's been ignoring. So
yeah. to
know that President Biden did what he had to do, and he did wait. From what I'm hearing, he waited that long so it will fall safely.
Right.
Versus falling in one of our suburban neighborhoods out here in America. We want to
thank you for thinking of us, President Biden, because
right.
The last one didn't give a damn.
Oh, exactly. Whoa. Let me go ahead and get the comments going.
I tried to say everybody with the
you sound just like
coronavirus.
All right.
Aaron says, "Hey everyone, hey."
Hi.
Aaron.
Thank you for
Your
being nice and
president
prompt.
loves you.
And Just Ready to Talk So says, hey, Aaron.
Hey, Regina.
Hey, Regina. And of course, she says, hey, back. And she says, Mike, you look amazing.
Oh, well, thank you. This
Doesn't
card
mean-
looks good on me.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
We can't help
Doesn't
it.
look fabulous. That's me.
All right. But yeah.
Tyrone, what
you.
were your thoughts on this mysterious balloon that was hovering over America?
China. What y'all do?
Right.
Like, you can't blame this on, we was just map questing
Right.
America.
Because we have people that do that on
No,
the ground.
We got satellites.
It's called Google. They already do all that.
Google
for
has
us,
assisted
okay?
that already.
Mm-hmm.
It's already done. We don't need you to come over here. Stay over there in China where you belong.
I'm just so surprised. Like, I'm pretty sure if America just happened to send a balloon, just floating all through China.
It would be a whole problem.
Right.
It was
It
a
would be an
problem
issue.
when we sent ships into the ocean.
You know, I'm happy the balloon is down, but I was a little worried and scared that, damn, it's always in South Carolina that the balloon got shut down.
Okay.
Right.
But you know they're talking about China getting sanctions now, and I'm actually
Absolutely.
wondering if that was the case the last times they've done it in Trump's candidacy, in Trump's presidency. Did they receive sanctions while he was in there? And
Ain't no sanctuaries.
being
But-
that he was about his money, I don't think that was the.
No.
But if
It's-
China receives sanctions, I don't think they're going to abide by said sanctions. I think China does what they want to do.
Absolutely.
But-
China does what they want to do because they are a superpower
Of
in
course.
this global
World.
economy.
Right.
Yes, but we need to work together because they're powerful and we are too.
And we're
That's
in
true.
so much debt to China.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just automatically assume we can do what we want. So,
Right.
And the sanctions, I'm not okay. Don't quote me on this. I don't think it's something that will be coming directly to America. It's to the like United Nations or something like that.
Oh, okay.
UN sanctions. And
Mhm.
what usually happens with those, they lose exports. They won't be able to trade on the market for a certain time.
I need my
period.
Shein because
And-
I'm about to start buying again.
You know,
I'm
it,
not-
look, it's
It's just a hot mess.
It
I'm
is.
sorry. Alexa is over there talking from my bedroom. I
We
don't know-
hear her. I was like, what is that noise? I thought it was like kids outside yelling or something, like your neighbors or something.
I wouldn't Alexa.
Was that Google?
That was Google.
Oh, we have Google all the way down in the living room. Okay,
They
y'all.
got
Let's,
spirits.
That's okay. It's perfectly fine. Well, at least we're glad that the balloon is at least shot down. I wouldn't be surprised if China did something else to ruffle our feathers, but you know, we'll just
Absolutely.
deal with that when it comes to us. So
When
the
it
State of the
comes.
Union address happened earlier this week. I think it was Tuesday, if not last night.
it happened
Um,
Wednesday.
Yes, a lot of things happened there.
It went-
First of all, the young murdered man Tyree, his parents were in attendance, and of course the whole room gave them a standing ovation. Marjorie Taylor Greene had on this fancy looking white collar
girl.
fur thing. She was giving me
fur
drag a
collar.
little bit.
Yes.
Like
white.
yeah, she was
wearing white, while her whole party was wearing black.
exactly. There was another woman who wore an all yellow gown that really stood out when in the pictures of the audience. And something else happened. So Miss Dr. Jill Biden, she greeted Kamala Harris's husband with a kiss. Now, from certain angles, it looks like they were actually kissing on the lips. Now, of course, a lot of people are reading a lot into this, trying to say that there's something between the two. I don't know. I don't think there's anything going on between them at all. I think that they just greeted each other the way that they greet each other. Now, I don't know if they meant to kiss each other on the lips. Maybe Dr. Jill should have turned her head a little bit more to the left. I don't know, but
you know how when you're going for cheeks, sometimes you don't get all the way to the cheek. You get like close to the lip. You know, I don't.
Right.
To be honest, even if they kiss each other square on the lip, I don't care.
Right, as long as they're not tongue tussling.
People just
okay?
want something.
Then that's when you know it's something there. Okay.
Well, do we forget though? Kamala Harris is a black woman.
Okay.
If her husband would have kissed her inappropriately, we had to cut the commercial real quick, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
That backhand would have come so swiftly.
Right. We did it, Joe. We did it. But this reminds me of like when Beyonce and that man, what's that man from Power? And he like went over like again and again.
Yeah.
But it was like we know that it was nothing like
It was like that.
Yeah.
Right. Omari Hardwick.
Omari Hardwick. He can do. He can kiss me.
Okay. Ciao. Yes, you can.
Gladly. Okay.
I'm ready. Okay.
Anywho, did you have anything else to say about the State of the Union address?
I felt so disappointed when Marjorie Taylor Greene yelled out "liar" during his speech. There were a lot of people in the Republican Party who were jeering, who were taking offense to what he was saying as far as certain things were concerned. You actually saw Kevin McCarthy shushing some of his Republican counterparts, telling them to shut up while the president was speaking.
Say that one more time, John.
That's called
shut up. While the president is speaking, it was crazy.
To be more specific. Oh wait, go ahead, Jonathan. I'm sorry.
To me, it's crazy that they don't respect the office of president. Like, you can I don't think any of this happened when Trump was doing any of his State of the Union addresses.
He was firing too much.
Because we would have heard about it. But whenever a Democrat is up there, for some reason the Republicans think that decorum just goes out the window. And to me, that just shows and to me that just shows us who you are and what you stand for. But what did y'all think about those things?
So the time when Marjorie Taylor Greene yelled out "liar" is when the president was talking about how there were, and he said it specifically, there were some on the Republican side that were trying to get rid of Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare. And she was yelling out "liar," but literally every news service shows the senator that actually ran on wanting to do that. And President Biden even said out loud in the microphone, "You can come to my office and see the things y'all written up on it." Okay.
Right.
On the law,
he said he released it, and he said he
I
released it.
Right.
And they're like, no.
We're gonna release it. They're gonna see it.
The one dude that was videotaped, okay, that was really old. The one dude that was recorded saying these things, video recorded, and you can hear it coming out his mouth. He says, "We are going to put a stop to Social Security." And his little group of people that he was talking to was like, "Yes, yeah." And I'm over here thinking, these are old. Okay. I want to sound as nice as possible, but these are our elders. These are elderly folks. Why are you clapping for losing a benefit that there's a chance that you need? I don't understand what that is. So people are ready to work till they're 80, 90 years old? Is that what that is?
Exactly. Like, nobody wants to work till they're old.
They just die off.
Yeah.
Well, back in the Clinton days, those Republicans, if I'm not mistaken, somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. These were the Republicans who passed this. They brought up a bill and passed it into law as far as dealing with double dipping, where back in the day, being a government worker, you could get your pension as well as Social Security. And they ended the benefit of Social Security while you get a pension.
So basically,
So
you can't
for
get
them,
both.
Right.
it doesn't matter to them.
Hmm.
So that's why it doesn't matter whether or not other people don't get it, because I'm telling you, it
Yeah,
really don't
'cause they're
matter.
not
Well,
getting it.
why would they worry about it if it doesn't affect them?
Oh yeah,
No,
Well,
they.
because they're not serving the people; they're serving themselves.
So
Right.
if
And-
they go ahead.
And they make decisions concerning things that don't affect them all the time. Thinking of Roe v. Wade, thinking of things that have to do with African Americans in this country. Ron DeSantos taking out, Black history from AP courses. It's like, they all do things that don't affect them. And that's why it's so easy for them to do, because it does not affect them at all.
And another thing, Mitt Romney, he told, was it George Santos?
Right.
You don't need to be here. You ain't supposed to be here.
Right.
Trying to shake hands with everybody, rub elbows. You need to be back in the back cowering. I said, okay,
Because
Mitt
he's
Romney.
a scammer.
Scammer.
Exactly.
No, he really is a scammer.
He scammed his way
into
there so he can have
and the
what they
Republicans
allege.
are upset.
Right. But you know what? I'm
I'm
glad George Santos is not doing. I'm glad he's not blaming the hate on him being gay. I'm glad that he's not doing that. I'm glad that
he initially tried to.
Okay.
And that
Okay.
got shot down real quick.
Gotcha. But yeah, these politics is crazy, man.
It is. And Regina says, I'm just going to be watching if Joe kissed Kamala. Then I carry on.
Well, I mean, he's already grabbed her shoulder, so I guess they
y'all do too much. Some people are affected, okay, and it can feel and seem a little weird, okay. But I do not think that man's gonna try to kiss on that woman.
Right, but you know what? Like for white people, it's sort of kind of a thing. Like they have a sketch on SNL where everybody in the room kisses each other on the lips. Like the family actually kisses each other.
Well, remember
on the
that
lips.
clip?
So,
I don't know if you ever seen that clip from Family Feud back in the day with the white host, and he was kissing all the ladies on the lips.
yes, absolutely.
Yes, he did. Come here.
Yeah, so the white men like to kiss, and that's just the thing that they do.
Regina said this is why people claim 999,999 dependents on their one family income because taxes are too high.
It's too high.
Right.
I want my money. It's my money, and I want it now.
Right.
And I mean now.
And I mean now. Okay.
Now these Republicans did introduce
Shout
a bill
out
that
to
they were trying to get rid of
something I need.
IRS and all that stuff altogether. If it passed,
There's a lot going on in the streets.
we wouldn't have any taxes.
But
anymore.
it was one of the biggest things that happened with that State of the Union address. Biden, he really got the Republicans, or at least the conservative Republicans, to actually say out loud and say, we are not going to put Social Security and Medicaid and Medicare on the table. He said that out loud, and they were like, yeah. And, people were looking like, don't say that out loud now.
Right.
There's cameras recording this.
But they all clapped their hand. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she going off, yay, because we never said that we do that. But that's one of the main things she's trying to push.
Gotcha.
It's funny too because her platform here in Georgia, she ran on talking about fighting and catering to the elders and making sure that they get these things. But then when she goes to Washington, it's a complete different story.
Because he wanted to group up with Matt Gaetz and other people that are those kinds of agendas. So, yeah, it's weird, but
she's a user.
This is the Joe I was waiting on.
Right.
He let them have it. He did go a little easy on police brutality. He went a little easy on that.
Had to.
I do agree.
He had to.
I mean, he couldn't go in hard like he did for the seniors, but it was a good State of the Union. It was great, and he had a lot of influencers there too, so it's great. Great.
Wow. Okay. All right, so on to our next topic. I've got a little bit of Black excellence for y'all. So last night, LeBron James, he broke Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's 1984 record and makes history, becoming the NBA's all-time leading scorer. And they literally stopped the game. In the middle of the game, they stopped the game. I think it was in the third quarter. They stopped the game to congratulate this man. Of course, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was in the audience to congratulate him. He passed the ball to him. In a way of like sort of passing the torch. I was so happy to see this. I was so happy to see all the celebrities who gave their tribute to LeBron for doing what he has done. He's obviously one of the best athletes in the world, period. So what were you guys' thoughts on him breaking this all-time 1984 record? Like, it probably seemed like if Jordan couldn't break it, who's going to break it?
Yay!
Yeah,
right. I'm not a sports person, so I didn't know about it until in the team chat at my job was going off on it, and I just kept scrolling. But I mean, I'm all for Black excellence, but exactly, it's not my lane; it's the sports lane. So,
right.
Well, congratulations, LeBron James.
Yay!
I am happy for him. This is a huge milestone in anybody's career, especially in sports, to be the leading scorer. The only thing that I don't like was it didn't dawn on me until I saw a post about it on Instagram where they were talking about if LeBron James is now the GOAT, why wasn't Kareem the GOAT when he was the leading scorer?
It's always my what if answer, but he's not even playing now, so why worry about it now?
But at that time period, he wasn't referred to as the GOAT.
We didn't call anybody the GOAT back then.
That's what I was just going to say. I don't think people were really worried about who's the best like back then. We didn't start really talking about that.
We had Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was still the GOAT back then.
All we knew.
That's all we knew about. That's all we cared about.
See, I honestly think in terms of NBA goes, we didn't establish the title the GOAT until Jordan.
Right.
To be honest, it may have been after Jordan was.
You know, things after the GOAT was something very new.
Very
right, yeah.
generation new.
Actually saying GOAT, actually using the phrase the phrase GOAT.
My thing is, if you wasn't on a movie like Jordan or on Jordan's team, because I know Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan and what's the guy with the different color hair?
Dennis Rodman.
All because they played with Jordan, and that's
the only reason why.
So I think that back then it wasn't no social media; it was more of a popularity thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's good. He's always winning. Oh, he's the GOAT.
You see him. He has shoes.
Right.
Yes. So he has shoes. He's on the kid shows. Hell, he played baseball and golf. I mean, he got to be the
GOAT. Yeah, that's all we saw. We do have another. Wait, did I put that on here? Oh, yes. Regina says, I got my letter in the mail that my service fees will no longer be charged. I believe it's part of the junk fees they're waiving now. That's one thing I can get behind. That's one thing that they talked about in the State of the Union.
Kind of service fees?
Yeah, I'm confused.
So, when you have any kind of service, say like getting on the flight, there's extra little fees that you have to pay. Even
look at it, I just pay it and keep going.
Exactly.
Right.
The extra little fees when you're buying tickets online. The extra little fees, that's
food.
Okay, like there's so many small little fees that people are charging, and
yes,
Joe Biden was talking about
fee, cheer fee.
Mm-hmm.
Fee. I mean, it'd be
coming on over here fee. Like, man, I remember this Facebook post that was just talking about all the fees that I think I should, go ahead and pay, and why not fee, and just pay all these different fees when getting tickets online and so many other things. So Joe Biden's been talking about, hey, those fees that you have to pay randomly for all this other stuff when you buy tickets, when you buy this, that, and the third. We're going to stop for that.
How about Joe Biden? How about this? Keep those fees, and how about just start getting us taxes out our checks?
Right.
I'm ready to pay the fees then. I'll pay the little $2.16 every time I get a ticket, or even if it's just $14, I'll pay that. I mean, I don't fly that often.
Right.
Like
but
even
give me my
convenience
money on
fees
my
and stuff like
check.
that.
Because the federal be too child.
Wow.
Jesus.
They be taxed.
Yeah, and that's what they refer to it as. Thank you, Regina. Junk fees is $1 billion industry.
Just
Right,
because
it
they can
is.
charge it, they do. Remember the rate TVs to charge what they call the it was like
Reactivation
a
fee?
sports fee, regional sports fee.
Yeah,
I remember that.
They do so.
$3. Yeah,
With
Yeah.
the sports package. Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah,
I don't want it. We can remove it. Well, ma'am, it's part of the package. So.
Right. Can't do nothing about it.
I don't know about that, ma'am.
If you don't want the fee, you don't want the service, ma'am.
No, and this is the thing though. You had to pay it because they got the service because they lived in that specific area.
Right.
So if you wanted these sports, or if you just wanted these channels that included those sports, you're gonna pay $2. You're like, it's a service fee. It's a required fee. If you would like to not have it any longer, you will have to go down to the select package. We call it Keeping Jesus in Our Lives package.
Okay.
We have the word channel, and all
TVN and infomercials.
and all these good, wonderful channels that's going to teach you about the Word of God.
Okay.
You lose all.
You're losing everything. Okay. Shoot. Like this is the package. So OWN is not on there. Bravo's not on there.
MTV ain't on there. BET ain't on there.
Yeah.
VH1's not on there. No. Nickelodeon, Disney.
I'm having flashbacks.
A&E. No, none of that is on.
None of it. No.
Just to give some clarity, guys. 3 of us, except my lovely Tyrone, we used to work for DirecTV, so we know these calls, honey.
Yes, we do.
We can start talking about it right now.
I'm having post-traumatic stress.
Okay, ciao.
PTSD or whatever.
Okay, and Aaron is saying, if anyone has time, please vote for LeBron James on Nickelodeon's Kid Choice Awards. Definitely be cool if he won favorite male sports star.
I think he deserves
He's gonna
that
win it anyway.
Okay, he probably will win.
He is definitely the most influential sports star right now.
We see him.
Right. Right, exactly. Also, in other Black excellence, Benjamin Crump, the famous Black attorney, he becomes the first Black practicing attorney to have a law school named after him. So, congratulations to Benjamin Crump. Power to the people, as Tyrone just signaled. Also, some good news.
To have the people to forgive me. Every time I hear Benjamin Crump, I think about Crump dancing. So please,
really,
what?
It's unfortunate.
What?
Wow!
And it automatically say, "Who is that? Crump, a lawyer?" Okay, God bless.
Right? Yeah.
Oh my God! No.
Okay.
And also, it's been reported that Wendy Williams will reportedly not have to resume alimony payments for her ex-husband, Mr. Kevin Hunter. So I don't know if he was going to ask for more or what, but hey, Wendy won't have to.
Alimony, you cheated. I mean,
exactly.
You know what's hilarious? He was getting alimony. The reason why he ain't gonna get it is because her money is tied up because they're protecting her money.
West Fargo.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he ain't going.
So she should be taking West Fargo.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. In further Black excellence, we have another Black woman who is a part of the EGOT thing. Ms. Viola Davis, she won a Grammy for her memoir, and she is now part of the EGOT Trailblazers. She's one of them girls, honey, and I'm so happy for her.
I didn't notice that she's been out for a long. She's being recognized for the last couple of years, but she has been acting and been on small roles for a long time. I did not know until they played a clip of it that she actually played in the Fantasia movie. She was like the grandmother, I believe, or the mother in the Fantasia movie. Yes.
Wow.
I didn't know who Viola was back then, but now.
Yeah,
I see her. Girl, you've been acting for a long time and things we didn't know you was acting in.
Right. Yeah, she was.
So I'm happy to get her praises now.
She was one of the best lawyers on Law and Order SVU. Like that's where I first started seeing Viola Davis because every time they stepped into the room, they're like, "Oh, here she goes." Because they was going to lose the case against her.
That's how she got that role on the ABC channel. Then
How to Get Away with Murder.
How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah.
She was so excellent in her role as an attorney, and you never knew, like, she could win a case for her client if she put her mind to it, and she put her mind to it every single time. So shout out to Viola Davis. She is one of the greatest actresses of our time. Jennifer, you want to read that comment real quick before we get into the Grammys?
Aaron says, "Good for Wendy Williams." Yes, I'm good. Okay.
Right.
I hope she's getting herself together. I pray to God she's getting herself together. She don't need to get herself together for us. I just want her to get herself together for herself. I want her to find happiness, and I want her health to be on point. And until then, and only then, I would love to hear her again.
Absolutely. And so the Grammys happened. There was quite a bit of uproar when Harry Styles was announced as the winner for Album of the Year. That did not go over well with the Beehive, of course. I would not have been mad if she won at all. I think that Renaissance is an amazing album. Also, there were other winners. Adele won for Best Pop Solo Performance. Lizzo won Best Recording Record of the Year. Bonnie Raitt, coming back from back in the
Bonnie Raitt.
Bonnie Raitt. I'm sorry, Bonnie Raitt. She came from the back days and won Song of the Year. So congratulations to her. Kendrick Lamar, he won Best Rap Album. Congratulations to him. Mary J. Blige did a performance. Good Morning Gorgeous. And there are memes out there concerning said performance. So what is everyone's overall thoughts on the Grammys and what happened on Grammy night?
What was that? Oh, overall, I was trying to find some TV series to watch it on because Spectrum had the local channels then that day. Wow. I don't have local channels as part of my package, and I no longer have a TV right now either because I was so pissed. So I got my Monster TV streaming now.
Amen.
Now I'm saving some money, but that's regardless of the case. Anywho, so I was only watching the highlights that people posted on social media. So I didn't watch it, but overall, I did hear it was actually a pretty good Grammy show.
It was real African American.
I heard
very much so.
I heard it was very positive. Yeah, it was so African American. We had a fight in the back from
Quavo and Offset.
But I heard it was a good show. Now, I'm not even going to be a Beehive member right now and be pissed off about this best album category because I think people were pissed off, not just Beehive members, people in general, because who the hell is Harry Styles and what the hell does he sing?
Is that a rhetorical question or do you want me to answer?
This is not the first time you've asked this on this show.
Where did he come from?
Okay, so Harry Styles is a famous singer from England. He initially started out in the boy band One Direction. They were actually put together on England's version of the X Factor. They were like the biggest boy band in England, and they came over to America. They had a couple hits over here.
Yeah.
Oh Lord! And so the bandmates eventually broke up, and he's now a solo artist.
Okay, what
he's
song
also
he
an
has on the
actor
radio?
as well.
What's the song that he has?
I don't know any of his songs, to be honest.
That's what I asked you. I didn't know where he came from. I said, I didn't ask you who is he, but
Watermelon Sugar.
What I meant is,
right now is big.
What song does he have out that everybody has out that's going around raves that everybody's singing on TikTok and on social media and everywhere? What album is like? I don't know the song.
If you scroll enough, you should at least know how "As It Was" sounds.
And how does it sound?
It's not the same as it was. As it was. Okay.
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with his work. I don't know.
So that's the point I'm trying to make. Now, yes, that Harry Styles may be in a different genre than I listen to. So I'm not gonna say he's not popular. He has to be popular.
He is pop.
So, well, Beyonce's pop too, but I'm just saying he might be in a different popular as not popular music. Popular as in everybody's noticeable.
Right.
But I do believe, this Beyonce has never won Album of the Year in the Grammy category. Everybody seems to be doing research now, saying that she's gonna get the scraps and stuff. So, but I mean, she got it. That's all that matters to me. She got it.
Right. Yeah.
And the thing is, snubbed, yes, I would say so, because I do feel like Dangerously in Love and Lemonade
Lemonade.
And also, this album right here should have got album of the year.
This album right here,
right?
I do, and I'm just saying, I'm speaking the truth. She has what 6 or 7 albums out now, and I'm only saying 3 deserve album of the year. And I think that's legitimate
and that's
honest speaking.
Yeah.
Completely in Love was a good album, good R&B album for sure. She won 5 Grammys off of it, so not complaining. But album of the year should have been yes. Especially back then, we had so many good artists in that category.
Right.
I mean, so I'm not complaining, but now I think she's Dangerously in Love, Lemonade, and this album right here should have definitely won album of the year, because I mean, just because Cuff It is on everybody's playlist, everybody's mama and grandma has done the dance. Like, everybody knows that song. I mean, I don't know, but I'm gonna not go into a tangent because she did win something that nobody else has ever won right now.
She did win for something, so I'm very excited about that for her.
She is the most awarded Grammy artist.
Period.
So period.
So
y'all can say
on top of that,
she can't sing, she can't write, she
That's
can't
a lie.
dance. People have been saying this. There's a little TikTok video I went over. People saying, "Oh, Beyonce, I forgot she was even out with her album." Oh, who?
Now that's that's the kind of stuff.
It was the comments, yes. And people was like, "Are y'all serious?"
Now that's a mother. Not
yes.
You know that's a lie.
But you know that's bait, though. They're doing that as bait because they know that there's going to be a conversation. You know they're going to get the back and forth going in their comments. This is why you ignore stupid people like that, because they're just trying to.
I had to think when my heart started beating a little fast, so you know when.
Because people like to sully people's names just to get
views and clicks.
Right, but to speak on what Mike was saying about people saying that Beyonce only gets the scraps when it comes to her Grammys, what they're saying that for is because Beyonce typically wins the R&B category. She typically doesn't get the major category. She's only won one major category, and that was Song of the Year for Single Ladies. Other than that, they've all been genre-based awards. And a lot of people are saying that, yes, those are good Grammys to get, but she's not getting Album of the Year, Song of the Year, Best New Artist, and Record of the Year. But a Grammy is a Grammy.
A Grammy is a Grammy for me, and I think it makes her numbers, her feet jumps up. I know that for sure.
Right, and you know who hasn't won a Grammy yet? Nicki Minaj. Okay, so
we're not gonna go there now because I'm not Kim Barb, but I'm definitely honorary member, and you will not do Nicki Minaj because I don't do and only Kim has one from a group performance.
Yeah, she has one.
That's true.
One from was it even her song that she got to perform?
But it was her rapping. She was there.
It was.
And let's be honest. And let's be honest. The bulk of Nicki Minaj and some of her biggest songs were songs that she was a part of and not necessarily her own.
And what song is that? Because I think
let's start with Monster.
Super Bass. Now, Monster was a good song now, but nobody's saying.
Let's start.
Oh my God, you big because you was on Monster. No.
I will have to say, I say it with my whole heart. I feel like she does her best work on other people's stuff. That's what I've seen personally. All right. And the only reason why Super Bass got big was because Taylor Swift said it.
Girl.
Slow down. Let's keep it real. Let's be real. Because it wasn't until Taylor Swift was singing that song on social media, Super Bass got big.
Yeah, she sang it during an interview.
Those 2 little kids on Ellen's show, that's when they got big.
No. Them 2 little kids sang it because Taylor Swift sang it.
Right.
Now those curse words they didn't sing from Taylor Swift.
Well, you got to have good parents to make sure the curse words ain't all on it.
Exactly.
But Nicki Minaj, you need to just Google.
So you're saying it's not just
Nicki
big
Minaj
because of Taylor Swift rapping? I mean, or her not Taylor Swift rapping, but her features.
I won't say that because I won't say that because Nicki Minaj, she first got on the scene because of her features. That's where people started hearing her from, and then they got into her mixtapes, and then that's when Itty Bitty Piggy went big, and then that's when I Get Crazy went big, and then that's when her solo stuff started going big. But she did.
I'm gonna have to stop this right here, okay? Because and I don't used to go off, people. I'm not even in their frame group. I'm a Beehive member, and I stick to Beehive membership only. But she does have a song with Beyonce, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and go. You don't work with everybody.
She does have a song.
Right. And I'm gonna finish. Let me just say this: I respect Nicki Minaj because I'm not saying that you guys don't respect her, but I think she deserves her flowers with all her music, features, and everything. Because
absolutely,
she is one of the few female rappers who have worked her way up to where she is at right now. She might not have a Grammy right now, but I think she definitely deserves a Grammy for sure for some of her music.
It's just unfortunate.
Maybe because she's one of the only women artists who've been holding the rap game down. Maybe the song does not compete with like a male Kendrick Lamar or something like that. But because that's the only thing she will probably be able to win in that category as a rap artist.
Is there a reason why during those 10 years she was the only one?
Yeah.
Well, it could be a lot of things. It could be she's a female.
No.
Right.
That's not the.
I think it's something that has to do. So who was winning back then with those 10 years? I'm trying to take my little headset like I'm at work.
She not gonna win. Now who?
Right.
Let me sure y'all hear me correctly. Who was winning back then? But I don't remember though.
I think it's more about the backstage chatter as far as.
Oh, well, you guys always say that about her attitude.
Around. Yeah, who's not allowed to be around? Who's not allowed to be pushed forward? If Nicki Minaj says no, we're going to keep them away, keep her away.
I think that a lot of artists does that now. A lot of male artists do that, but because Nicki Minaj is a female, she gets
more flack for it.
But here's the thing, though. What's even okay? Not saying that we have to uplift each other, but for 10 whole years, she made sure of some things. Let's go to these comments real quick. Viola Davis. Viola, thank you, sweetness.
Oh, well.
Viola Davis was on Finding Your Roots this week. It was a good episode. Thanks, Tammy.
Thank you, Tammy, and thank you for coming, boo.
And Aaron says, hey to Tammy. Tammy says, hey to Aaron. And Tammy says, no disrespect to the Beehive, but Lizzo should have won Album of the Year. I will not apologize for saying that.
Ooh,
and we
but you know what?
Yeah.
That performance Lizzo put on for the Grammys,
that was great.
Performance was everything.
It was.
That song actually, it kind of touched me in a way. That performance was everything. So I'm not even going to dispute with that. If Lizzo have won the Album of the Year, I would have been okay with Lizzo winning the Album of the Year because she's a great performer. Her live concert is a performance. She takes her craft serious, and she's a pioneer for plus size women in the game, trying to make a change. So I would have been all for Lizzo winning Album of the Year because people know her.
This is what now this is what I wanted to get to. It's not just because Beyonce isn't winning them, though. I would like
who's beating her is the problem.
It's that there's no black people winning it.
Right, exactly.
Because if you've seen everybody that has won up against her, it was a white person.
But also the thing is, it's not even about the white or black. It's people that we don't even know. If Taylor Swift had won, it wouldn't be people still said something. But we've been okay. That's Taylor Swift. She does have. We know she's a very popular artist. She's losing against people we don't even know a song from.
Adele now, come on.
Right.
If Adele won, we wouldn't have had no chatter. Okay, it would have been chatter because of Beyonce, but it would have been a few chatter in the site. But
I think it would be major because they'd say again.
No,
right.
It's Adele. I'm a Beehive member. We know,
and I think
it would have been upset regardless, but we would have not let. Adele can win.
Yeah, right. The Beehive is okay with Adele because Adele is a Beehive member. Her during
and she has shown her homage,
her loyalty.
Okay, on stage with a microphone,
with this award that was given unto her. She has shown herself approved.
And I'll never forget that year at the MTV Video Music Awards when Beyonce was singing "Love on Top" and Adele was in the audience singing it along with her.
Yes.
Yeah. I lived for that moment. So,
well, even at the Grammy, who said, "My black friends," and you, I said, "Oh, okay, girl."
Right.
Yes, Adele, yes. So you're my idol, and
Jennifer Tyrone, did y'all have any thoughts on the Grammys before we move on to our last topic?
Yeah, I honestly think the Grammy should do a little more about promoting those category artists?
Other categories. Oh, the artists.
The artists that they're saying, hey, these are the nominees. They put out this CD every year and the list every year, but they don't really display the artistry of those artists in those categories and reasons why they were elected in that category need to be echoed.
Well, I think it's only a 2-hour, 3-hour show, and I think that's the Grammy's job to show you why the person.
For the voters, right?
I'm talking
for the
about
people voting.
For the voters.
So that because all the people
they're not gonna care about it though. They're not gonna care about that. You can show a whole clip of why they got what they want to. If Beyonce's in the category, I don't care about. I'm clicking Beyonce.
But here's the thing: the process is everybody puts their name in the hat. Then there's the first round of votes. Then there's the next round of votes before we even get to the show. That's the whole process.
We know who's picking these things. We know these are
old white men
in the street, right?
Right.
So it doesn't matter about our vote anyway.
It is our old industry group of people that are making these votes.
When I knew it was rigged when it was last year when what's the lady who's a Jamaican the Jamaican lady from Love and Hip Hop? When Spice was up for her first Grammy award.
Yeah.
A Jamaican category. Or it's not called Jamaican though, it's called
reggae.
Dance Hall,
yes.
Dance Hall.
It was about, I think it was like 3 people or 4 people in the category, and all of them was Jamaicans except one group. And you know what group won? Caucasian.
Wow.
You look. Wow. Everybody was saying,
people at least win, please.
Right.
Everybody
for our
was
category.
saying the industry is rigged.
It is.
But I know somebody has won twice in a row now in their category.
Oh, sorry. We need to meet him. No.
It is a chapter brother of mine. Shout out to Charlton Singleton and his group Ranky Tanky. They're in that world gullah culture type of world music category, and they've won twice now, 2 years in a row.
Congratulations! Awesome. Let me go ahead. Joseph Jarrell is in the chat. Hey,
what's going on, Joseph?
Hey, brother.
LOL. I can see Tammy giving the bug eyes. I wish you would I wish you would energy when she said that.
I felt it.
Let me tell you something.
Okay. I don't care what you think. I felt that energy. Okay.
Joseph is trying to make something out of nothing. Tammy is a sweet, loving, and wonderful woman. All she's doing is speaking her mind.
And I actually agree with it.
And we agree with her.
Yeah, because Lizzo, that performance, even if I didn't like Lizzo or I didn't know her music, that performance itself.
Yeah, you can't deny it.
That performance, that was one of the best performances of that night.
But I think Mary J. Blige
and her vocals were on key.
And she stayed on key. But I want to say that Mary J. Blige, I feel like she was trying to recreate a moment that she had previously. Yes, she was trying to uplift us with the Good Morning Gorgeous. But here's the thing. Not everything is going to be a no more drama moment. Okay?
Yeah.
And sometimes growling at a song in a moment is not always the best one. And you may take it overboard sometimes. And I think that's what she did.
I think Mary J. Blige has the same issue that I think her growling is part of her style because she knows she doesn't have she can't carry a song with just vocals only.
Okay.
Okay.
So she has to put something else in there for us to feel it because, and I think Good Morning Gorgeous didn't need all that growling and stuff for that song.
Agreed.
But I think this is a Mary thing. Like I think even when I watched her concert live on YouTube, it was a lot of and then going down, going on the floor, dropping to the floor. But we was in it because that's a Mary J. Blige concert. But I don't think she has to differentiate a concert and then for a live performance at an actual show.
Do you think she pushed it a little bit too hard because of the moment?
Well,
I would say so.
I think this is what she did. She did it also in the Super Bowl last year. So I mean,
I think she kept control a lot better on the Super Bowl.
Oh, she
tried to do a little bit.
Fell back also.
she tried to do a little bit with that Super Bowl performance. I will say that a little more than her usual. It wasn't on this level, but she did try a little something.
Yes, indeed.
Tammy says,
and then he just to the ground.
I would have to say my favorite performance that she's ever done, period, would be her Grammy performance of No More Drama.
But she was like, no, and she felt it though, and
she did do all that.
We believed it.
But and I take that as a gospel song.
That song,
right?
I would say that's a gospel song also. I mean, because that song, I don't think I was probably like 12 when that song came out, and I was like, no more, like feeling the song as if I had stressors in my life. Okay,
didn't the song?
Yes. But and if I wasn't going to nothing, I wanted to so I can feel more of the song. But that song, it's how she sung it. And
she said, "Peace of mind."
She
said, "I need a good night's sleep." Lord have mercy, that song touches me every time. She was froggy hopping on that stage. I about spoke in tongues looking at her sing that song. She went off on that one, and everything, it felt controlled. It felt like it was within everything that she was trying to do, and it called for it.
But now it's more played out. You think now? Like now it's like it's forced. It's forced. It's not natural.
I'm not saying it
was natural.
I feel like it was natural because the song could call for it. Like I said, it's a gospel song.
Right. Exactly.
Good Morning Gorgeous. That's just saying good morning.
Inspirational song. I think
it's a feel good song.
I think, or maybe she just stuck in her 90s ways, and maybe when she's when you're a performer, I believe. I don't know performer, but I do know that when you're speaking on things that people are used to, I think when she's roaring at her concerts, people are like, yes, yes, yes. Mm-hmm. So I think you do that. You start doing it more to try to get everybody's attention and get them on their feet.
Yeah,
right.
But I think she doesn't have to differentiate. This is not your show.
Exactly.
Okay. And you're lucky doing this downstage tonight because I don't know how they would pick her to perform "Good Morning Gorgeous" on a Grammy show. Well, she wasn't even up for a Grammy.
But she wasn't.
No.
What? Mary was nominated for the Good Morning Gorgeous was nominated for Best Song, I believe, and she was also nominated for Best Album.
Yeah, she was nominated.
What? Yeah, she was nominated.
She was nominated.
The Shade Room had all the nominations out for when they announced who won. She was nominated last night. She was.
If she would have won, I would still been pissed off.
Tammy says Lizzo's. Oh wait, hold on.
Tammy said
Lizzo's album is just good.
It is.
And Joseph, that's right. So she was doing all.
Oh, I felt it in her tone.
She meant that thing.
Oh, she meant it.
My bad.
I like Lizzo.
Aaron says, no disrespect to the Grammys, but I enjoy more when they are fan voted award shows.
Absolutely.
I agree. And Aaron is laughing at you, Mike.
I wish that they would return to the days of more fan influence over the Grammys.
Well, I would disagree. I would honestly disagree with that because some fan bases are much larger than other fan bases, and therefore you would find that the same people would. But there's great artists who don't have as big fan bases, and they deserve awards as well.
So do you somebody who sells 200,000 copies of their albums and somebody who sells 500,000 copies? You think the 20,000 copies artists should win?
It's
doesn't matter how popular you are.
Think about one of the.
Now, it does not matter how popular you are to win the album of the year. It does not matter.
Think about one of the arguments when it came to the album sales. If you're selling a T-shirt along with the CD for a set price,
that's what Prince used to do,
and that increased your sales over the next artist because they can't afford to package their CD like that. Is it fair?
Well, I mean, we didn't have any promotion, and we don't have any So what she did was pay for money and offer a T-shirt and a vinyl cover, because we definitely don't have no videos out for this album, nor no promotion for this album, nor no interviews at all. So that was the promotion.
Exactly.
And I just people yelling for the visuals, man.
Yeah, I just don't like when awards. I just don't like when awards turn into popularity contests. I don't like.
Well, that's in life.
I understand where you coming from.
Yeah,
but even when it comes to the whole Billboard ranking, it is a popularity contest at the end of the day.
Literally.
That is true.
And because a lot of these awards, as far as the Grammys, is based off of where you're ranked in the Billboard.
Aaron says, that's a good point, Jonathan, but I still haven't enjoyed the Grammys in a while. And I agree. It's always a disappointing situation for me.
I think the Grammys needs to go back and retool the actual live TV version of things.
We'll put them on the prayer list. Let's talk about this liar.
It's missing a lot.
We need to talk about this liar real quick before we go.
Yeah.
The
liar.
Oh, Robin Dixon. So Miss Robin Dixon, she was on Watch What Happens Live. And she did an interview with Andy. Andy was not too happy with Miss Robin Dixon. He asked all the questions that we wanted to hear from of her. Of course, Dustin Ross was the bartender. I love Dustin. He is he was on The Skinny, a Patrick Ian Polk film, and he's also on a podcast, The Friend Zone. So he's in the whole internet gay community. But anyways, so Robin was on the show. She was next to this lawyer. I think she was the lawyer. Ebony K. Williams.
Please know her because she is definitely good.
And so Robin's answers were all things that I expected from her, and she just comes off as a woman that does not want to be embarrassed. Andy asked her, "Why were you sitting on this information that you knew before the season started?" And she said, "Oh, well, I was just going to wait for one of the girls to bring it up, and then we'd go from there." So when Karen brought up some woman, and then in turn said, "Well, Karen, you're sleeping with Mr. Blue Eyes." So, and then he also asked her, "Why is it that you demand transparency from all the other girls when you and Giselle tend not to be transparent whatsoever?" And then she said that she doesn't demand transparency, which I will agree. Robin doesn't necessarily get into everyone's business, but she knows her best friend does all the getting into everyone's business. But
no, Robin doesn't bring it up, but Robin definitely has her girlfriend's back every time, because she brings her 2 cents in it every time.
Right. Yeah. So what did y'all think about her interview on Watch What Happens Live, Mike?
I finally, for one time in a couple of years, finally agree with Andy and his questions, because usually Andy lets people get away with a lot of things, and he couldn't go too far in because it really wasn't in the reunion. But he definitely, you can tell Andy Cohen was pissed off.
Yeah,
to me, and you can tell that he even told her that makes no sense.
Right.
He told her that, like, he even said people will probably say this doesn't make any sense.
People will say this is BS.
Yes, and even with Ebony didn't say anything about Robin, but you can tell in a black woman's face with something that make no damn sense.
Right, right. She tried to ride for Robin a little bit. She was on Robin's side playing devil's advocate, and I understood that.
There's only one question that had nothing to do with the podcast. It had nothing to do with that story she was talking about.
Right.
But yeah, Robin needs to learn how to lie if she's going to lie, okay? Because my thing is, she tried to make this whole story was, well, we have already went through it. It was during COVID. Well, the show also aired during COVID, and you didn't say nothing about the incident either.
Right.
And then, why didn't they just let? I mean, the whole story made no sense
whatsoever. I mean, it was clearly what Juan told her, and she just repeated it.
If Juan told you that story, then you was dummy for
you even more stupid. But look, I really feel like this is the story that she made up to try to make things somewhat make sense and make her look somewhat better and her relationship better. That's what I believe, because I can't see. I think Juan keeps it real with her by the way that he's been walking around and acting, man, I don't want to do this no more. All this stuff, you know what I'm saying? I believe that's what she came up with. I believe she knows the truth, but she decided to do what she felt like she needed to do to make herself look better. And if any smart person, because to me, here's my opinion, this is how I feel, Rob is dumb as a box of rocks. And if she was smart, she would have gotten out in front of it we talk about all the time, every single season. You have nothing to talk about.
Right.
Okay?
Bring your own dirt.
No storyline.
What Karen said, she don't get a lot of scenes. She don't get a lot of time.
She don't. And if she would have had a scene where she brought up the subject and talked about it with her friends, she would have had something going on in the season, and we would have had at least a glimpse of what's going on. And we wouldn't be able to say, well, she never shares anything about her life. And it's still the truth. She don't share nothing about her life.
Yes.
And I think it would have endeared some people towards her as well. It would have made people feel for her, like, oh, I've been through that as well. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, it could have also been where you came out this season guns blazing,
right,
to everybody. Wendy, Karen, you came out with just a nasty attitude, just so nasty. You went to and it wasn't just one part of the season. You did the entire season. You didn't invite Karen and Wendy to your bachelor party. Like, right. It was so, you just was mean. But then you get on everybody else, bring up everybody else's dirt. Brought a whole speaker to a restaurant for the singer. I don't know her name, Candace.
Yeah,
Candace.
Yes. You recorded Wendy while she was getting a drink thrown of her and made it sound like it was Wendy's problem was the issue.
Right.
You told Karen that she's dating cheating on her husband.
Right.
But you can't say out loud why you don't like Wendy.
Yeah, but you can't say. And then you deflect also the whole fucking the whole season. So for you to also hold out on the thing that's going on inside of your life, I feel like this interview that she did with Andy was probably one of the interviews where you kind of like, Robin, we probably won't see you next season, or you'll be friends of the show.
I think she should be a friend of the show.
I think she should not be here at all because when Kenya didn't show her husband on the season at all, it was crying the whole entire season. What happened the following season?
She wasn't there.
She was not there. Right. So I think it should be the same thing happen for Robin. She doesn't bring. Kenya at least bring more than Robin do.
She does. Tyrone, you had something to say?
I feel like Robin has always been in the position of the friend of the show. She just got more camera time than the average friend of the show would.
She's like a fake. She's like Cynthia. But Cynthia's storyline was actually Cynthia had a storyline.
Yes, Cynthia actually had a storyline
and stuff like that. You know, she's
Robin's relationship, just not a good one.
Aaron says Andy was right to be mad because Robin is getting paid to share her life.
Absolutely.
And she got a paycheck, but did not share her life or didn't deliver. Thank you, Aaron.
I honestly think she did that on purpose.
Deliver!
Of course she did.
Because of Juan.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Juan is like, don't you tell them nothing. Okay. You keep peace with Juan because you know Juan will go off for 40 days and 40 nights anytime.
He must be allegedly putting hands on her because I don't understand
why
you can't
say.
Because Juan has always been a private person. And it was your idea.
When you have receipts from a hotel in the girl hands, it's not too private. And one thing I want to say about Robin, I'm agreeing with Jasmine. Jennifer said that she's dumping about the rocks. Andy said, "Well, did you get to do your prenup before the wedding?" Mm-hmm. She said no because about the cheating thing that she was trying to do with Juan. She said, "Well, what if I cheat in the future? It'd be kind of hurting me too."
Girl,
that don't make no sense.
Dumb as a box.
She said that on like, girl, what?
And then this is the thing, though. She know that this is the stuff that's going to be said because all of this blew up all over the internet. Why didn't you not study, sis? Why didn't you put together a story with a friend? See, that's another problem. She ain't got no friends. Put something together with a friend or something like that to try to explain away something. But she looks stupid in every single scenario that she's been spouting. Anywho, Aaron says, I have been a fan of Anyway, I've been a fan of Robin, and I see why it's hard to admit this happened, but it's time for her to retire or become a friend of. I do hear that, but she doesn't share anything. You know, once again, you're on a TV channel about reality. You need to bring your reality into the space.
The thing is, and I'm not saying it's going to be easy. So I have compassion for anybody who's sharing their real reality. Absolutely. But when you decide maybe like 40 pieces of paper before you join the show, so you was getting into.
Right, Tyrone.
Part two. I think she throws everything at Giselle, and Giselle's telling her bad advice on what to do on the show.
Well, shoot,
It might be.
No, Giselle don't send nothing to hers either. Because what you know about Giselle this last
This
season?
is why they
Not-
put
Right.
peas in the pot.
I think that Giselle just worries about herself, and I think she's kind of letting Robin kind of sail off on her own because
exactly.
she really. I don't think she really cares that much about Robin. I think that's their friendship is a friendship of
Convenience.
a friendship of convenience. Exactly, they use each other for what they need. Jennifer, you want to read that last comment from Erin?
She says, I agree with Jennifer. Robin knew the truth, but lied. Moving forward, she says, sorry, I got a lot of opinions when it comes to the Real Housewives. Don't you worry about
Don't
that.
you?
It's okay, boo.
Erin, we
Welcome
with
your
you.
opinion,
And she
Erin.
says, I'm a fan of every one of the Housewives. Erin, once again, you've already proven to be the sweetest lady, literally, on earth.
Right.
Well, the reunion will be airing this Sunday at 8 on Bravo Eastern
Yes.
Standard Time, and then also another season just started, Real Housewives of New Jersey. I watched the first episode; it was actually pretty good.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get into that.
Sorry about that. I'll be watching the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be
Well,
watching the Super Bowl.
Well, while you're watching Rihanna, lift me up,
And I will be
hold
in
me down.
I'm
love Riri.
going to say this right now. I don't think she's going to sing that song. I really
guarantee
don't think so.
I will bet you $100 that she
Disney.
is going to sing that song.
Disney.
Disney
Disney.
contracts.
Disney.
Okay?
Is
That's
it coming
what
on
she-
ABC?
Contracts.
I
don't know who
But she
aired that
contracted
joint.
with it. I bet you.
If it is on ABC,
Even if she's not, that's the
It's
latest,
gonna
that's the
be
latest song she
sung on
has
ABC.
out. She's
That's
gonna,
true.
it might be her opening or her last song. So just know, you're gonna either open with a yarn or you're gonna close out with a yarn. So
Go
I
close
think
out with
she's
it.
going. No, she can't. Or maybe
She would close out with it.
because I'd rather her just start off with the yarn, or maybe she
I would
could
have
do a remix.
not singing at all.
I don't think she's going to end it with that song. I don't think she will. But
But usually it's always ended with a slow song.
Oh, no, thank
I don't
you.
know.
I just don't want it, Pete, to be honest. Erin says Real Housewives of Potomac reunion is
Hey.
not this weekend,
Oh,
guys.
it's gonna be the Sunday.
Ah,
Oh, well.
they know better because the Super Bowl Sunday, and the
Right.
Super Bowl is going to be on.
So, Aaron, one question: whose side are you on, Melissa and her husband,
Melissa.
or are you on Teresa? I'm on Teresa's side
Oh,
Really? Why are you on Teresa's
No.
side?
because I think Melissa's full of BS. I think Melissa is trying to find a reason to be mad at Teresa. Teresa. But my thing is, if Teresa's the bride, I can have whoever I want in my wedding. Just because you're married to my husband doesn't mean you have to be my wedding.
right.
Ooh.
So now they're talking because that's the camera. They hit the straws back. Bumpy Melissa, find a storyline and stop talking
Right.
to Teresa.
So
Ooh,
Mike, go ahead and give us your social media contacts real quick.
Yes, you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and also Twitter at Mr. Real 121. That's MRREAL 121. Yes, you can find me there.
All right, Jennifer and Tyrone.
I'm Jennifer.
Duh.
She's the light.
I'm the light of the Leo. You can go ahead to TikTok, Instagram. I actually am doing a whole lot more reposting. I need to make more videos, but I'm on TikTok, Instagram, as well as YouTube. Use youtube.com/@the-light-of-the-Leo, and you'll be able to find my channel real good and fast.
Some great content there.
Absolutely.
thank you.
Absolutely. I am the husband, the second half of this light of the Leo. They call me Mr. TD McCullum, and I am on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok
It is hot in here.
when I want to be. Otherwise, you'll catch me on all your music streaming platforms because I got 2 singles out.
Won't
Drunk
you
on
find
Love and Groove With Me.
Hey,
You can find them everywhere.
it is hot. Why is the heat on? Anyway,
I don't know.
Yeah, because this show is hot outside. So y'all can y'all can find me on Instagram, jojo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email address is williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, make sure you subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Also, you can catch myself, Jennifer, and Tyrone on the Juice Radio and Talk Show. We're on Facebook as well as YouTube. We also have a website, thejuiceradioandtalkshow.net. Check us out there. We're on there. I'm on there Mondays with reality. We're talking about the reality shows. And we're also there on Thursday nights at 7:30 with Church Talk. So join us. And she also does a Bible study on Wednesday nights. So see us on the Juice Radio and Talk Show. But thank you for joining us this evening. We have any more comments before we get out of here?
Yes, we do. Go ahead and take that down, Tyra.
I'm taking it up.
She says, Aaron says, I am on Melissa's side. I believe both Joe and Teresa are wrong. Melissa doesn't care about being a bridesmaid. That's Joe.
Well, I guess you took her side. I took mine.
Thank you, guys.
Go ahead. We can end this. I know it's late.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. I hope you join us next week. We'll be back same time, same place, same beautiful faces. We're going to say bye now.
Bye now, everyone's fired. You're fired.